everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over Sonic Prime Wave 4 from Jakks Pacific. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. Here's the box for Knucks of New York City, Sonic Prime Netflix. We have the shards over here as well as Sonic over there. He's articulated people. On the back we have Knucks with all the other figures in the wave with two poses for Knucks over here. And he's a freedom fighter with the New York City Resistance. Knucks fights tirelessly to free the city from the grip of the Chaos Council. Now let's take a look at Knucks. Knucks has kind of a blank stare head sculpt. I do like this logo up here though with the lightning bolt egg crack thing. That's actually pretty clever. I like this a lot. Little wings on the side are nice too. The eyes are painted pretty okay. The nose isn't really painted that well. The mouth is painted alright. The dreads look really nice. There are a lot of weird rubber banding pieces that look kind of weird over here. I'm not sure if they're scars or something, but they look pretty interesting. His head can go kind of like a swivel a little bit and up and down a tiny bit. Not too great on posability for the head, but it's an alright sculpt. The body's pretty simple with a little harness over here with a couple pouches and whatnot for something. I do like how this thing looks over here, this crest he has. His knuckle spikes are actually coming out of like a knuckle duster. Pretty awesome over here. He has a swivel over there and some up and down for the arm. Not really that great. And some elbow action as well as swivel. It's pretty alright with some nice paint and sculpt overall over here for that, but nothing for articulation for the body at least. But that's par for the course by now. I do like these, but I wish they were just uniform. He has nothing to hold over here anyways. And the shoes look pretty cool actually. I like the steel-toed boots. They're very nicely done. His tail is appropriately jagged back here. A little bit rubbery too. That's nice. He gets some nice green over here as well. And the steel-toed boots as well as heels are very nicely done with the paint on the top. And the green looks really awesome as well. You get a swivel up there with some articulation that goes back and forth pretty okay. As well as a knee that's just alright. We get a swivel down here too as well when it wants to at least work. And we do get some pegals at the bottom of the feet. Definitely not my favorite Knuckles. You all know the Knuckles that I like and should have been in this wave. That would have been great. But this one is at least passable. Knucks stands at about just 4 3/4 inches tall, maybe 5 inches or so. Here's Knucks next to Sonic and 9 from New York City. They look really nice together and super cool. I do like how there's a nice design philosophy between them of kind of mechanical, scrappy looking characters, even though Sonic has some really kicking shoes. And here's Knucks next to Mr. Dr. Eggman and Gnarly Knuckles. I think that Knucks is actually better than Gnarly Knuckles, but honestly, anything's better than the Boss Cage Maze characters. And I find that there's a good height difference between Knucks as well as Mr. Dr. Eggman. That's pretty cool to see. Good on scaling. Here's Baton Rouge of No Place with a sword. Very nice head accessory, finally. Also some printing on the figure too. It looks really great. She's articulated from Sonic Prime of Netflix. We have the shards over here, and on the back, Batten longs for the good old days when pirating meant more than collecting coconuts and grilling sea dogs. She does come with a sword, as I said before over here. Here's the rest of the figures in the wave. Now let's check out Baton Rouge of No Place. Batten's head sculpt looks very show accurate. I really love the eyeshadow. It's very awesome. You have some really nice teal eyes that are great, as well as a frown over here. It's kind of mispainted a little bit. There is a speckle of paint that won't come off over here, sadly. And she has a nice bandana that goes around ears. I'm wondering if it's underwear. I'm not exactly sure. What do you think? That's kind of weird. We do get some down and up a little bit for articulation, and a little bit of left and right as well. Her wings keep getting in the way. They look pretty cool, but yeah, the sculpt isn't really helping with that. The body is very cool, really impressive. She has kind of a corset vest, whatever this is. I love how it looks though. She's the same kind of material as she did up top over here. Same color, looking really nice and uniform. There is a smudging over there, whatever that is. She has good articulation too, up and down, as well as elbows. They both swivel as well, and she also has swivel at her wrist, working out pretty nicely. I can hold the sword, we'll talk about in a little bit. I'm excited about that. I really love the dark blues over here, looking great. And the wings are nice too. They can flap in and flap out. Just watch out for these pieces on the back of her head. They can really catch and be a bother. And her tail is nice too over here. One of the better bodies for this line. And we come down to Batten's boots and Batten's legs, looking really awesome. Buckles, baby, buckles! I love them so much. We just swivel up here and some up and down a little bit, as well as up and down this side, even more so. Get some swivel out of that with a ugly kind of pin over here for the leg. That's disappointing over there. And we get some swivel down to the actual boot below the buckle with 2 pegals above the feet. Definitely some great sculpt. Definitely some nice articulation. It just looks ugly in a couple couple places here and there. Into Batten's hand fits a sword. It's really nice, just easy in and easy out. Really just awesome. I'm glad we have a sword for this. Now, please give us a spare sword for Black Rose. That'd be great. It's very simply done, very plain, and super cool. Swords are just awesome, especially cool curvy ones. Baton Rouge stands at about, I would say, maybe 4 3/4 inches tall to the top of her head, and 5 inches tall to the top of her ears. Here's Baton Rouge next to the Boss Cage Maze Sonic and Black Rose looking awesome holding the sword. This is so cool. I'm glad to see Amy with some kind of weapon. That's wonderful. I wish she had something at least, but it's good to have these figures together. But not only can Black Rose hold the sword, Dr. Deep can as well. He looks really nice wielding it, and it's super cool. What isn't cool though is these figures not coming with accessories. It'd be great if they did. That'd be awesome. Here's Rusty Rose also next to Baton Rouge, looking really nice together and pretty much in scale, Dr. Deep being a little bit shorter. But Sonic and his friends are in for the fight of their lives right after this. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Here is a Sonic Trooper from the Grimm, looking awesome. We have the Sonic Trooper over here, all the shards over here, Sonic Prime, Netflix, Articulated, Sonic over there. On the back, created by 9 to be his loyal, emotionless friends, the Grimm Army are a legion of robots in the mold of Chaos Sonic. We have all the wave right over here. We have the Sonic Trooper over here, action over here. Now let's take a look at Sonic Trooper of the Grimm. The Sonic Trooper's head sculpt looks awesome. I really love the bubble. It's really nicely done over here. Much better than on Chaos Sonic, I gotta say. Honestly, a lot of this figure is better than Chaos Sonic. The ears are nicely done as well as rubbery too. The eyes aren't really painted that well, I think, and these little dots are cute over here too. The earmuffs are funny, and this back piece is awesome, like a big egg or something. Very nicely done for that. You do get a swivel over here and an up and down. All in all, a good headpiece. The body is very much like teeth or a skull or something. This is really cool, very interesting, like a horse mouth in a way. I love that. We have these pauldrons that are glued on. I'm not a big fan of that. I wish you could move them a bit. It's kind of a shame they can't really move at all. This piece is awesome. This fin piece, really nicely done. Has a good swivel to that. We do have an up and down, and then all the way around with this. We have a swivel over here as well, down below, and a single joint elbow going up this far and down this far. A swivel over there, and a swivel over here, and up and down for this hand, as well as the other hand over here. The swivel also. We have a grasping hand over here with nicely rubbery fingers. It's pretty awesome. And then we have a fist over here for punching Sonic and his friends. This is great. And the back also has that rocket thing that Metal Sonic had. It's a pretty good detail they've kept. The legs are really cool, very Knight-like. I hope that the Jakks goes towards Sonic and the Black Knight soon. We get a swivel over here, out, as well as up and down swivel. Really nicely done. Anywhere you want to go with that. You go back this far and forward, not really that far. There's a stopper. Pretty nicely done for that over there. They fixed that problem at least. You do get a swivel over here, and then down and up for this, and some nice pivot for that, and 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Miles better than Chaos Sonic, I gotta say. Really good figure. You gotta army build it, but it's worth it and super awesome. And the Sonic Trooper stands at about, I would say, 5 inches tall. Here's Sonic of the Grimm as well as Shadow next to the Sonic Trooper, looking nice together. I really loved that fight in the first episode, and now I'm wishing that this was an alpha. You can easily change the eyes as well as this piece over here. Add some red and it's an alpha. That would be really awesome and super cool. Someone paint that for me. That'd be great. And here is the Sonic Trooper next to Thorn Rose of the Boss Cage Maze, as well as his sort of father figure, Chaos Sonic. I definitely think the Sonic Trooper is a way better figure than Chaos Sonic. I just wish we didn't have to get a billion of him, but it's still a pretty great figure, and Thorn Rose is pretty cool too. But I gotta say, I think the Sonic Trooper here is the best of the line. And circling back to the final figure in this wave, which is actually the first figure in this series that I reviewed, the New York City Sonic. Same as usual, good as always, reliable as always. He could have been anyone else though. He could have been Dredd, could have been Babel, he could have been Dr. Don't, he could have been Rouge from New York City, he could have been any other character, he could have been Mangy, he could have been Big, he could have been any of the other troopers, he could have been any other character than this Sonic we've already seen, which makes me think this entire thing was a letdown because I would have loved to see Dredd in plastic, except he is in the 2.5-inch wave, but that's not enough for me. I love seeing them in a larger scale with more detail. Just give me Dredd, Jakks. One more wave would be great. Dredd, Dr. Don't, a different version of Sonic, and maybe Mangy or something. something. That would be awesome. And the very least they could have done was give this Sonic this head. With New York City Sonic standing at about, I would say, 4 3/4 inches tall. And here are the 3 Sonic the Hedgehogs we've gotten from Sonic Prime. We have Boss Cage Maze, New York City, and the Grim. Interestingly enough, they're all different shades of blue. Kind of funny. And I think all their eyes are different colors too, with different highlights in different places. What is going on here? Where's the consistency? Anyways, I think I like the Grim one the best. Sorry, I just love that one. It's wonderful. Overall, goodbye Sonic Prime. Knucks is a very good figure, but not my favorite in this line. I do like how the colors work as well as the sculpt work for this figure. It's a pretty good one overall. Batten has some excellent sculpt, paint, as well as accessory. Really nice figure, super cool. I wish he came with more swords to give to everybody. Everyone deserves a sword. The Sonic Trooper is an awesome figure. I really love how it looks, can pose, as well as having fixes from Chaos Sonic to make this one even better. Basically perfect. And circling back to the Hedgehog in the room, New York City Sonic is a fine figure. However, he could have been anyone else in the line. I just wish this last figure wasn't our last. If you're a fan of Netflix, Sonic the Hedgehog, or Sonic Prime, I would highly recommend these figures. They're all pretty great. But make no mistake, this last wave is a bittersweet farewell. So which Sonic the Hedgehog is your favorite? New York City, Boss Cage Maze, or the Grim? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.